welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel from Woodworking with Dash, and today we're going to make this canister box. It's made of 8 different timbers, and the box is going from big right down to small. Just a great looking box, isn't it? You can use it for anything. You can use it in the kitchen or as a jewelry box or just a display box. Great looking box. It's got lift out lids. Look at that. Doesn't that just, I won't say pops, yes I will, it pops. It really does pop. It's made of celery top pine, blackwood, maple, jarrah, walnut and red oak. Good looking box. So come on a journey guys and we'll make this box. Wow, look at that guys. Doesn't that look great? Really good. Here I'm buzzing the maple. Doing the edge now. And the blackwood. And here I am cutting the celery top pine down the guts. It's a box size, they're only about 10mm thick each. Okay guys, I've cut them roughly the size and I've ripped them down the guts, but they've only got to be about 10mm thick each, but they've only got a drop-in lid. So I've got the maple, the celery top pine, the jarrah and the blackwood ripped. The walnut is for the 2 litre boxes on the end, but they're only dummy boxes, so it's for the aesthetics. So it all goes down into a smaller box. Alright guys, we'll put these through the thicknesser now and we'll thickness them up. Using my favourite machine there, the thicknesser. I love that machine. Helical head, it cuts so well. There's another view of it as it comes out of the machine. Look how clean that is. I really like it. Okay guys, I've machined all the timber down to about 10mm each. So I've got a whole stack of timber here, all different species, down to 10mm. The next trick is to cut the boxes over height and over size. And then after that we can put the groove in for the bottom. Now the other thing is, 2 boxes, don't put the bottom in too deep because you can't get your hand in there. You've got to be able to get your hand in there to pick out your rings. If it's right down the bottom, you're not going to get your hand in there. Okay, just cutting the jarrah box now, just roughly to height. And putting the groove in for the bottom. You see I put it up a bit. That's the blackwood one. Okay guys, I've got all the sides cut over height and I'll put the groove in for the bottom. So now it's time to cut them to the height that we need. And each box is 20mm shorter than the big one. And I'm going to make the big one, this one's 110, I'm going to make mine 120. So 120, 100, 80, 60. And then the bottom box, don't worry about that till it's all glued together. Because that's only a false box. Okay, cutting them to height now with my cross-cut thread. Got all the boxes cut to height. And each one is down 20mm from the one in front of it. And the widthways, I've made them 15mm shorter, each one. So that base brings it down to the 40mm there. If you made it 20mm, that last box would only be well out of proportion. It'd only be about 10mm high. So 15mm works well. And cutting the 45-degree angle with my 45-degree thread. Small pieces like this are so easy with the 45-degree thread. It works well. I've got everything cut to height and mitered. Be very careful when you're using when you're doing the small ones, that they can bite you. I use my angled thread and held it with a pencil, and they come up good, come up well. Next trick is to cut the bottoms. And here I am using the masking tape method to put the boxes together as usual. And fold that one up. Fold that one up. Then get some more masking tape. Set it up. Pull it down. There you go guys, all done. The big one done. Time to take the boxes out of the tape. Yeah, they're all looking fine, they're all looking good. Now the next trick is to sand up the outsides and the top and the bottom and then glue them together. So they're just before you do the lids. So that's the next trick, and that's how they're all going to sit like that. And we do the two false ones at the end. So they'll end up looking like that. Cool. Okay, using the flat linger now. Very smooth belt on that. Okay guys, time for glue up. It's a big box to glue together, so don't try to glue it all together at once. I do it in 3 different sections, just glue 2 boxes on at a time. Then when they're dry, put them on top of the next one. So I do them vertical. So with just a little bit of glue. Don't use too much, it just ooze out and then you can't clean the bloody stuff off. Make sure you line them up now, isn't it good? Just a little bit. Okay. You see that? You see how it didn't go all the way to the edges? But when you rub them in, it'll go to the edges. And if you go all to the edges first, it'll just ooze out. And then make sure you put them on the right way. And I just eye them up. Again, if you mark them, you've got to probably sand the marks off. So what I do, just eye them up, press them down. That's it, that's done. So do the next one again. Make sure you're going the right way. Just a little bit of glue. Just eye them up. Get them flush at the bottom and just leave them. While we're waiting for the box to dry, time for a cup of tea and a story. Yay! Okay guys, I thought I'd tell you about the first time I ever made anything that I can remember. I was about 13 years old, 12 or 13 years old I suppose, and one of my mates had a brand new skateboard and I was so jealous. Man, but we were poor and we couldn't afford anything like that. So I decided I was going to make one. I had an old pair of roller skates and I was going to cut the wheels off them and screw them onto a board, and that was going to be my skateboard. And I'd never made anything before, so went to Dad's old shed, found a bit of timber underneath the house. Yeah, that'll do for the base. And got me mate skateboard and we traced out the lines and we started to cut them. Couldn't cut rounds or anything, so we just cut them square with an old saw. Mate, being 12 or 13 with a handsaw and hardwood timber, hard work, worked up a sweat. We both did. I cut and we sanded up the edges. They looked quite good, I thought. And we unscrewed the wheels from the roller skates and we screwed them on the deck the best we could. I had a skateboard. and I took it outside and I had a go. It worked great in a straight line, but it wouldn't turn. But from then on, I was hooked on making things. After that, I was always making bits and pieces in the shed and around the place. And another mate of mine, we're about 14 now, 14 to 15 I suppose. We started making mini bikes. This is in the day when all the kids wanted mini bikes. This is in the days when kids make things. Kids don't make anything anymore. No one makes anything anymore. You know, in my day, making mini bikes in the garage, the kids down the road, they were making something else, and kids around the corner were doing things. Kids don't do anything anymore. They're too busy on the internet. I started to make mini bikes, and he had a big double garage, and his dad and I had an old welder, inch by inch steel, and we started making frames. And we thought we could weld, but we couldn't weld. The big old arc welder, more slag than weld. Anyway, we kind of got the frame together, and we used to put lawnmower engines in them. And you know, people's lawnmowers weren't safe in those days. Mate, there was lawnmowers going missing everywhere, turning up in mini bikes. We each had a mini bike. We had to tear up and down the street. And we didn't think about the cops or anything. The cops used to chase us occasionally, but hey, we got away. And there was one kid in the neighbourhood, he had this mini bike. He was the best thing you've ever seen, I reckon. It had a twin engine mini bike. Damn, everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted to be his friend. He was king of the kids, this kid, the mini bike. And we were selling them in the trading post, which is the old way of selling things before the internet. And we were doing well. We as kids, making a bike a week, I suppose, and selling them, making 20, 30 bucks each. Good luck. We didn't think about insurance, or if someone gets hurt, they're going to sue us or anything. No, we didn't think anything like that. But we just made our mini bikes. Every now and again, when we were welding up the frames, we used to blow the house fuse, because we weren't very good at welding. And so after we blew the house fuse a couple of times, stuff it, just stick a French nail in there. But luckily we didn't burn the house down. You did as a kid. You made things. And we had a lot of fun doing it, a lot of fun. We were out and about all the time. You know, I used to leave home at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll be home for tea, Mum. And that was it. I'd just come home at 5:30, 6 o'clock. The parents, no idea where you went. You were here, you were there, you were down making mini bikes, you were down the creek, you were doing things. It's a bygone past now. Kids don't do anything. They don't go down the creek. They're lucky if they go down the park, you know. So now, guys, I'll see what I can make with that. Back to the box. Get the box all glued together. Come out great. As I said, all you got to do is just a little bit of glue and just rub them in and leave them, and they come out great. You know, so as long as they've been square, look at that. Very nice. Now all we have to do is the tops and the handles. So I thought I got a bit of red oak here. I do the tops out of the red oak. They've also got to be rebated so they sit inside the box as well. Okay guys, we'll do that next. Okay, cutting the red oak to size now, cutting the tops. Each box is square, so we just turn the lid around for a square lid. And putting the rebate in. Be careful with the small lids though. And putting a half round on the top of the small router. Alright guys, we're finished. All ready to sand and polish. Look at that. Another one that just pops. I like saying the word pops, don't I? Anyway, it does, it really does. The canister box. Lift our lids, put your canister for your jewellery or whatever you want to put in there. 6 different timbers, 5 different timbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different timbers. What more could you want out of a box? And spraying him in with furniture lacquer. Good stuff, the furniture lacquer. It dries quick too. 15 minutes, just dry, sand and respray. Look at that, guys. Come out great. Canister box. All finished. Look at that. I'm going to say it pops, but it pops. Alright? Pop's going to be my word. I keep saying it. Don't know why, but I keep saying it. I think it pops. Got I think 7 timbers in this. It's got celery top pine, blackwood, maple, jarrah, walnut, red oak and maple again. Great box. A very unusual box to hold all your rings and it doesn't need a whole ring. You can put it in the kitchen. It can hold spices, it can hold anything. Just a general good looking box. Thanks for watching again. Please subscribe and ring the bell. You know what to do. And that's it. And we'll see you again in the next video where we will be making probably another box. Yay!